Good afternoon, class. Last lecture we have started with unit number 5, that is behavioral modeling. As far as syllabus is considered, we have covered the basic idea about use case diagram. Then we have discussed the basic idea about the activity diagram. Now today's session we will try to concentrate, we will try to focus mostly on interaction diagram. So agenda for the today's interaction or agenda for the today's session will be, we will understand what is interaction diagram, what does the interaction diagram mean, to complete the interaction diagram concept, how many other diagrams we need to complete. Like interaction diagram is made up of basically made up of two parts, or basically two different diagrams represent the interaction diagram. So we'll try to represent the sequence diagram and we'll represent the collaboration diagram. So combination of the sequence diagram with interaction diagram to draw the sequence, what we event will understand, and we need to discuss the basic about the time phase diagram. Able the sequence good to that we are going to use is from sequence diagram we will generate diagram. So no to draw separate. If you the sequence diagram, I will show you will have put the sequence diagram directly into the interaction diagram. That part we are going to discuss. So let us start with the next part, that is interaction diagram. But before that, any doubt, any queries, any question regarding use case diagram, regarding activity diagram, any problem there? Okay. So the tool what we are going to discuss is again the same star UML tool. So let's see basic idea about what is interaction diagram and how we are going to discuss with diagram. So what does this interaction diagram? As I rightly mentioned, sequence and collaboration diagram, when I'm going to complete, I will call them as interaction diagram. So there is no separate interaction diagram, but understand the way we will complete the sequence diagram, the way we will complete the collaboration diagram, the combination of sequence and collaboration diagram, we will call it as interaction diagram. So there is no a separate interaction diagram. Remember this. Both the diagrams, that is sequence diagram and collaboration diagram, are called interaction diagram, and it will be used for the dynamic representation of the system. So it is called as what? It represents the modeling perspective of dynamic style. It represents the interactions that are consist of the object and their relationship, including message. So one more thing, no need to draw the separate object diagram also, because objects, those who are going to interact with each other, will be represented either in sequence style or in collaboration style. So there is no need to draw the separate object diagram, because object diagram is nothing but what? Objects, those who are interacting with each other for a specific purpose. That interactions we can represent in a proper sequence. That diagram is called as what? Sequence diagram. So remember, sequence diagram represents object diagram, the objects which are interacting with each other in a particular sequence. That is what the way or their sequence of communication will be fixed. That part we are going to discuss today inside the diagram called as what? Sequence diagram. So what does the sequence diagram? As the name suggests, sequence means we can understand the way the numbers with or the specific pattern they are going to follow. So it is known as a sequence. So sequence diagram is an interaction diagram that shows the time ordering of messages. Important part here we need to focus is time. In case of sequence diagram, we need to focus on time. So at particular time, who else is involved in the communication and how they are going to communicate, that represents the sequence diagram. The next is collaboration diagram. As the name suggests, collaboration is again the way they are communicating with each other. It is also a type of interaction diagram, but which shows structural organization of object that send and receive message. So it represents simply structural part, means how they are going to interact, at what time, at what sequence. There will be no such scenarios. We will represent simply that these two particular objects are going to interact with each other, whether they are following proper sequence or not, that we are not able to show in the collaboration diagram. Remember this part. So this model simply shows the flow of control regarding the use case. So graphically, the sequence diagram is a table that shows the object arranged in the x-axis and messages ordered in increasing time along with y-axis. So when I say about the sequence diagram, graphically if we see, it will be represented simple in x and y style, that is in two-dimensional style, x and y. X axis will be showing how objects are organized, and y axis will be telling us how they are communicating with each other, means the exchange among the objects, the messages that they will share with each other, that will be represented in y axis style. Then when I talk about graphical representation of the collaboration diagram, it is nothing but collection of different vertices and arcs. So vertices represents the object and arcs represent the messages or the orders or the signals, basically they are able to share with each others. So the communication perspective will be represented in terms of arcs. So here we will have x-axis, y-axis. Here we will have vertices and arcs in collaboration diagram. Is it clear? There are some common properties that we are going to use in case of interaction diagram. That common properties are like the object. We are going to need an object, those who are interested to interact with each other. Then link is basically the way they will able to interact with each other. That link will help us basically to decide the relationship among the various objects that are involved in the communication. And the third part is messages here, that particular messages will tell us how the objects will interact with each other. That object interactions will be represented in terms of messages. So simply remember, messages we will write on the link, and the link will tell us how the different objects are interacted with each others. Some notes and constraints, that part also we are going to discuss. So let's see the next part. Sequence diagram. So what does the sequence diagram? Sequence diagram describes the interaction among the classes or objects. Simply remember, though I am telling here classes, but for the simplicity I will consider here as an objects, because in sequence diagram we are going to represent objects, not classes. We will consider here simple objects. These diagrams focuses on objects and the messages they exchange to accomplish some desired behavior. So for any specific reason, what is available there, what else they can able to perform, they will find out it and they will simply represent it in terms of the interactions to us. Okay. Then sequence diagram is an interaction diagram that shows how processes operate with one another in what order. The important part here is we need to understand how processes operate with one another. Means their sequence decides a lot, because in what order they are going to interact will be represented in sequence diagram. So it is a construct of message sequence chart, correct? So sequence diagram simply shows the object interactions arranged in time sequence. So in case of sequence diagram, our most important task, our most important focus will be on time and the order in which they are interacting. So in case of sequence diagram, our focus of control, or the way we will concentrate, will be on the two parts. The first is the order in which they are interacting, and the time, means what will be the next probable scenario will be decided based on the time factor. So sequence diagram simply represents object interactions, because objects are going to interact with each other. Interaction means objects are going to communicate with each other. Objects communicating with each other in a proper sequence, I will simply call it as a sequence diagram. Remember this. I will repeat what I'm saying. Objects which are communicating with each other in a proper sequence, that diagram I will call as a sequence diagram. बघा मी काय म्हणतोय, सिक्वेन्स डायग्राम म्हणजे काय आहे तर ऑब्जेक्ट डायग्रामच आहे. पण त्या ऑब्जेक्ट डायग्राम मध्ये ऑब्जेक्ट्स एकमेकांशी कम्युनिकेट करतायत, एकमेकांमध्ये काही डेटा शेअर करतायत, पण तो डेटा कसा शेअर करतायत, एका प्रॉपर सिक्वेन्स मध्ये, एका प्रॉपर ऑर्डर मध्ये, ज्याच्यामध्ये ऑर्डर महत्वाचे आहे आणि त्याच्यामध्ये टाइम पण महत्वाचा आहे. मग ऑर्डर आणि टाइम एक प्रॉपर वेनी जर कम्युनिकेट करत असतील आणि ते जर रिप्रेझेंट केलं तर त्या डायग्रामला मी म्हणणार आहे सिक्वेन्स डायग्राम. इतकं सिंपल आहे. आय होप यू ऑल गॉट इट. इज इट क्लियर? Am I audible? My screen is visible. Be reply, be interactive. No reply? Yes, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Very good. Okay. Then interaction diagram shows us an interactions, as I rightly mentioned, that may be in terms of the two style. One is either sequence style and other is in collaboration style. Now we are concentrating on sequence diagram. So let us understand what this basically, this sequence diagram will help us. So sequence diagram help us to find out the different participants in the action and their interaction. Here interaction means understand the communication. When I'm saying that interaction, understand that interaction means simply communication. Interaction means how the objects are communicating with each others. So it will help us to understand, sequence diagram help us to find different participants. Here different participants means objects in the action and their communication with sequence of events. Important part here, we need to concentrate again, sequence. And sequence diagram are useful during the testing process, because which object appear at what time and what sequence, that will be decided by the sequence diagram. So regarding dynamic perspectives, the mostly used diagram will be the sequence diagram, because the whenever you are starting an interaction, so whenever you click on one of the object, so object sends the signals, or object gives a message, or object passes the message to another object. So which object should be get activated, at what time the object should be get activated, what will be the total duration of that object, these all parts will be discussed inside the sequence diagram. So sequence diagrams are very useful to represent the sequence, to represent the scenario of the various events. Then we will see how to draw the sequence diagram. So we will discuss the different notations to represent the sequence diagram. So how we are going to represent the sequence diagram? See here, this is one participant. This participant is nothing but I am calling as an object, because how we represent object in UML, simple rectangle is the notation to represent the object. I am calling this as an object. This dash 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 line represent lifeline of an object. Understand this? This is representing an lifeline of an object. So let's see in the tool also. I'll show in the tool directly. I'm going to use a tool called as what, star UML. Select that tool. Continue with rational approach. Say OK. Already we have saved the project. So go to the respective project. Say file, open project, fifth chapter. So select the fifth, open. We are working with a dynamic perspective, and dynamic perspective mostly we will represent inside the logical view. So select the logical view option, okay, and right click, add a diagram, and select here sequence diagram. There are two types of diagrams. One is a sequence diagram and another is sequence diagram with role. But as far as your syllabus is considered, at this moment simply concentrate only on the sequence diagram. Don't select sequence diagram role part. Select simply sequence diagram. I will repeat what I am saying. To draw the interaction diagram, because interaction diagram, there is no such concept of interaction diagram. Interaction means communication diagram. Who else is going to get communicate? Objects are going to communicate with each other. So that objects communicating with each other, we are representing in interaction mode or in interaction style. So it is called as what? Interaction diagram. So select the logical view, right click, add a diagram. See here, is there any interaction concept is here? No. Here you will find sequence diagram, collaboration diagram. So select the sequence diagram. The way I am selecting the sequence diagram, same style you can select the collaboration diagram also. But at this moment, don't select the role part. Simply select the sequence diagram. So I will give the name to the sequence diagram. Simple. Demo sequence diagram. That's the name what I am giving, demo sequence diagram. Okay, now inside this sequence diagram, what I said, we are going to represent objects. So I have objects here. Select this object, drag and drop. So I'll calling this as a simply I'll say, for example, student or passenger. We will continue with railway reservation system. I'm calling it as a passenger. Okay, so this is passenger 1. Passenger is going to interact with one system part. So I'm calling that system part as railway ticket. That's all. So when I say this is an object, so simple rectangle is nothing but object, and that dash 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 line represent lifeline of an object. So remember this. Just a second. So this is I'm calling as a lifeline. Remember this, object interacting with each others. Object. This is I'm calling as object, and this is dash dash line is called as what? Lifeline of an object. Lifeline means this particular object will be active up to what? That will be decided by this lifeline. Understand this. Dash dash line is lifeline. Depending on the way we increases the object, the lifeline of an object will be starting increasing. हे काय रिप्रेझेंट करते तुमचं ऑब्जेक्ट. हे डॅश डॅश लाईन काय करते, काय सांगणार आहे, ह्यापैकी तुमचं ऑब्जेक्ट कुठपर्यंत ऍक्टिव्ह असणार आहे हे पाहिजे तर तुम्ही वाढवू शकता. लाईफलाईन कॅन बी इन्क्रीज्ड. सी हियर, अंडरस्टँड दिस. Okay, so what I'm saying, this is what object, and this dash dash line represents lifeline of an object. Now when objects are starting interaction with each other, there is one new concept is coming. That new concept is called as what? Focus of control. See here, suppose passenger asking to the railway ticket. Passenger is asking for the railway ticket. So that railway ticket will simply, just a second. Okay, so when this passenger is trying to interact, now that interaction means they are going to communicate. बघा मी काय म्हणतोय, इंटरॅक्ट करणार आहेत हे दोन ऑब्जेक्ट एकमेकांशी इंटरॅक्ट करणार आहेत. म्हणजे काय करणार आहेत, एकमेकांशी कम्युनिकेट करणार आहेत. ज्यावेळेस या दोघांमध्ये कम्युनिकेशन स्टार्ट होत आहे त्यावेळेस काय होतंय बघा. सो आय एम सिलेक्टिंग दिस स्टिम्युलस जस्ट एज अ मेसेज. सो सिलेक्ट दिस and this. So when I start with this, immediately what happens, I'm starting for login. Okay, so I'm starting with first login. I just want to perform the login. So when I start interaction, this object, this part is get activated. This is called as what? Focus of control. Means out of this lifeline, तुमचा ऑब्जेक्ट किती वेळासाठी ऍक्टिव्ह आहे हे कशात रिप्रेझेंट केलं जातंय? फोकस ऑफ कंट्रोल मध्ये. ऑब्जेक्ट तुमचा जिवंत कुठपर्यंत असणार आहे? ह्या पूर्ण लाईफलाईन पर्यंतची. ही डॅश डॅश लाईन काय असणार आहे? लाईफलाईन. पण ह्या लाईफलाईन मध्ये ऑब्जेक्ट तुमचा किती वेळासाठी ऍक्टिव्ह असणार आहे हे रिप्रेझेंट करतोय तो त्याचा टाइम. सो फॉर एक्झाम्पल अप टू दिस पर्टिक्युलर टाइम ओनली माय railway ticket object will be active. So this is what the basic idea about the sequence diagram. Is this part clear? काय सांगतो लक्षात येतंय का? I'm just going to show you the objects which are interacting with each others. The object interactions I'm just trying to show you. Now see here, this is the way. Now further I can say that railway ticket will interact with railway database. Just to change whether to confirm the scenarios, they will send the message. Okay, so first check the login credentials. The passenger has entered user ID and password. So that railway ticket person has accepted it, and now it will be verified with the database. So I will say simply verify login details. Okay, so in database everything is there. So database object will be activated and will check whatever user ID, whatever password I have entered correct or not. And if it is correct, will be reply back to this object, yes, login correct, for example. So till this object is active, so I will just mix this and will reply back to the passenger with a message. Simply the message is login successful. So this message will be displayed. This message will be displayed here simply as a login successful. So I have just shown you how this object, means passenger will be active till this scenario is going to get interaction. So I'm just showing you the object interaction. So till this particular time I'm getting the message. Is it clear? So I'll just display the login successful, but I will display it directly here. So I can say self stimulus message, which is showing display welcome page. That will be an interaction part. And here the next operation start. The next operation is after login. First will be select train by entering twice. Now the select train will be again selected from the database part. So we need here again database part. So I'll increase this. This also I'll increase. Okay. So check and display display, or simply check, we can say here the schedule will be displayed. Okay, so train schedule will be displayed here. Okay, train schedule will be displayed. Now from 10 schedule will select particular date, train date, time will be selected. Okay, again this interaction will bring to the next. Now see here, the way I'm going to starting an interaction, automatically numbers are starting coming, first message, second message. So this will be represented in a proper sequence. It means it represents a proper order. That order is very important. Objects मधलं ordering कसं होतंय हे सांगतंय, म्हणून ह्याला काय म्हणतायत, सिक्वेन्स डायग्राम. अंडरस्टँड दिस. ऑब्जेक्ट्स एकमेकांशी इंटरॅक्शन करतायत, तर इंटरॅक्शन मध्ये त्यांच्या काय महत्वाचं ठरतंय, इथं त्याचा सिक्वेन्स, म्हणून ह्याला काय म्हणतात, बेसिकली सिक्वेन्स डायग्राम. हा पार्ट लक्षात येतोय. आणि सिक्वेन्स नंबर मी देत नाहीये, दे कम्स ऑटोमॅटिकली. ओके, नाउ चेक वन मोर टाइम. सो 9th, after selecting the train date and time will display the schedule. So I can add name display schedule. Okay. Select train and time will display selected train with date time. Okay. Will be displayed here. Again, this interaction is a part of their communication. Now here we'll add the passengers. We'll add the passenger here. The passenger will be added. The passenger will be added. See here, I will add basic passenger over here. So select the stimulus message from this to this. Train is selected, date and time is selected. Now I need to add the passenger, means how many passenger, how many family members or how many colleagues you want to travel with you. So add passenger, add passengers will be added into the database. Passengers added. And now as a resultant part of this will be displayed So there is no need to have the separate way. I will say here. Again here, the object remains active throughout the communication. So no separate DAGs over here. Okay. So passenger added. Now the 12th, if see, you can just check out how they are starting in a proper sequence. Automatically the number is coming. So the next part, it will display you, if you see here, save this. It will display passenger name, passenger names, then train, date, time, train number basically with the date and time. And the next, once it part will be done, passenger will start book ticket. Book ticket. Now this book ticket will check again with the database, will confirm with the passenger, confirm ticket details. Now this confirm ticket detail again will lead to one more object. So we will have one more object here, and that object will be payment. Okay. So I'll consider this as a rail payment gateway. That is one more object. Now once the booking ticket is confirmed by the rail database, then and then only the rail gateway payment option will be activated. Meanwhile the object remains silent. So gate payment details. Payment details will be confirmed by the payment style or payment gateway, simply we can say, with their internal system. I'll remove this. Okay. So I'll call this gate payment details. After the payment details, if it is confirmed, see here, if it is confirmed, so payments confirmed, payment confirmed. After confirming the payment, will display the message to the passenger saying that ticket is confirmed. So we can say ticket confirmed. And after confirming the ticket, the railway ticket person will assign seat number, like which bogie, A bogie. In A bogie, whether lower berth, middle berth, or upper berth, or the window side berth, whatever the available, assign seat number, etc. And the last point will be from the passenger side. We can say, if I delete this, see, the number goes off. The next part, starting with an object scenario, and that the next part is perform, we can say, print ticket if required, will be printed, ticket will be printed, and the last we can say log out. Log out with an system. Log out of the system. This is what the simple sequence diagram. I'll just take it outside so that you can able to represent this demo sequence diagram. Save this. Go to the respective folder that you can check it out. And so on. Just check out this demo sequence diagram. See here. Hide this part. Hope this diagram is visible. See. So this is what my sequence diagram for what? Railway reservation system. So passenger is interested to book the ticket. So to perform this operation, how many objects they need at this moment? So they need minimum 4 objects. So I have just collected the objects over here. So object, these are nothing but objects which are interacting with each other. So here objects are interacting with each other in a proper sequence. Why? Because each message has a sequence over here, and that sequence is followed for the particular operation. So it is called as what? Sequence diagram. Remember this. See, this dash 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 line represents what? My lifeline of an object. तुमचा पर्टिक्युलर ऑब्जेक्ट, हा फॉर एक्झाम्पल पॅसेंजर किती वेळ ऍक्टिव्ह आहे हे ऍक्टिव्हनेस आपण कशातून दाखवतोय? त्याच्या डॅश 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 लाईन मध्ये. इज इट क्लिअर? So that represents lifeline of an object. Now out of this total lifeline, object किती वेळासाठी ऍक्टिव्ह आहे हे कशात दाखवतोय आपण? That is focus of control. So that yellow color represent focus of control. So understand that part. Okay. So just for your purpose, understanding purpose, I am adding just few notations over here. So note that dash dash line represents, so I am linking that dash line represents lifeline of object. Lifeline of object. Okay. And that this activated part, I am calling this as, for your purpose I am just adding over here, called as what? Focus of control. So this is focus of control. This represents focus of control. This is representing focus of control. Now focus of control means for particular time how your object is active, how much time. So this focus of control represents basically the time. So I'm in bracket, it is writing. So it represents me the time for which object is active. Total लाईफलाईन मध्ये ऑब्जेक्ट, हा ऑब्जेक्ट माझा पर्टिक्युलर, फॉर एक्झाम्पल तुम्ही जर इथं पाहिलं रेल्वे पेमेंट गेटवे, हा एक ऑब्जेक्ट आहे. हा टोटल लाईफलाईन मध्ये केवढ्या वेळासाठी ऍक्टिव्ह आहे? फक्त एवढ्या वेळासाठीच ऍक्टिव्ह आहे. अदरवाईज माझा पेमेंट ऑब्जेक्ट ऑप्शन तिथं डिसेबल असल्यासारखं असेल. तिथं ऑप्शन असणार आहे पण इनेबल कधी होणार आहे? ते फक्त एवढ्या वेळासाठीच होणार आहे. That particular point represent focus of control. Out of that total, how much time your particular object is active, that activeness of object will be represented by this focus of control. So this is known as focus of control. That dash 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 line represents simply lifeline of an object. So this is what the simple basic idea about your sequence diagram. Is this clear? Times, I'm talking about the lifeline. So sequence diagram shows the order in which the interaction takes place. Okay. In sequence diagram, time starts at the top of the page. In sequence diagram, time is indicated vertically on the page. So this represents time. Vertical line represents the time. Okay, and time is indicated vertically on the page. That is correct. Sequence diagrams are all about the order in which interactions between the participants takes place, and time related information could be shown on timing diagrams. Timing diagram not part of your syllabus, so no need to worry, but at the end I will show you how to draw the time diagram also, because in some networking scenario you need it. Okay, so events. Now what is events here? An event can occur at any given point in time when interaction takes place. The objects which are interacting with each others, that I am calling as what? Events. So understand what is event? Event can occur at any given time. Event म्हणजे काय आहे? तो टाइम आहे. काय सांगतोय तो? बघा, in that events. This is an event. Just have a look into the diagram to understand it. Okay. So consider this part in addition to this. So what is event? Event can occur at any given point in the time when interaction takes place. Interaction कशामध्ये होणार आहे? तुमच्या ऑब्जेक्ट्स मध्ये. त्या ऑब्जेक्ट्स मध्ये इंटरॅक्शन जेव्हा स्टार्ट होतंय त्याला आपण काय म्हणतोय? इव्हेंट. सो इव्हेंट्स आर कॉल्ड एज अ बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स फॉर द messages. Understand this. Now, as I said to you, sequence diagram shows the time ordering formed by placing objects that participate in the interaction. Interaction means communication at the top of diagram. So see here. So these are the objects which are interested to interact with each other. I have just added over here. So object 1, object 2, object 3, object 4 added over here. Once you add the object, automatically their time starts vertically. Okay, and horizontal lines represents events, the way they are going to interact with each others, and that events has a specific number. That numbers will be represented by the sequence, and that events will start interaction, or the events will start happening the way object starts interacting with each other. The इंटरॅक्शन नुसार त्या ऑब्जेक्ट्सला काय येणार आहेत? ऑब्जेक्ट्स मधल्या कम्युनिकेशनला काय येणार आहे? सिक्वेन्स नंबर येणार आहेत. ओके, अंडरस्टँड दिस. सो देयर इज ऑब्जेक्ट लाईफलाईन. It is a vertical dashed line. It is vertical dashed line that represent existence of an object over a period of time. It's very, very important. I'll just mark this as an dark blue color. Okay. So there is object lifeline. Which lifeline is there? You can just check this. What it is saying? It is saying that it is a vertical dashed line that represents existence of an object over a period of time. तुमचा ऑब्जेक्ट किती वेळासाठी ऍक्टिव्ह आहे हे कशाने दाखवणार आहे आपण? फोकस ऑफ कंट्रोल. पण फोकस ऑफ कंट्रोल आपण कुठे दाखवतोय? त्या ऑब्जेक्टच्या लाईफलाईन मध्ये. म्हणजे थ्रूआउट कम्युनिकेशन तुमचं ऑब्जेक्ट कुठं असणार आहे, हे कुठे येणार आहे, तुमच्या फॉर एक्झाम्पल वर्टिकल डॅश लाईन मध्ये. So let's see one demo. I'll just show you one demo. So for example, railway ticket. I just want to style this railway ticket booking. I'll go to this so that you can understand. See here, this entire page, I'm calling this as an alert is one object. It is active. It is active on my window. It means it is focused. And when I say okay, it disappears. Means it will be gone from my lifeline. There is no lifeline further away. And that will be active throughout the lifeline till I click on one of the slide. Is it clear? Okay. So for example, my search button is active throughout there. So lifeline, it represents the lifeline. But when I click on search, then it starts with focus of control. Understand this difference. ऑब्जेक्ट तुमचा आहे, पण त्या ऑब्जेक्टचं ऍक्टिव्हनेस कधी स्टार्ट होतंय, वेन इट स्टार्ट्स विथ फोकस ऑफ कंट्रोल. म्हणजे तुमचं ऑब्जेक्ट आहे का नाही हे कुठं रिप्रेझेंट करते, तुमच्या लाईफलाईन मध्ये. गेटिंग दिस डॅश लाईन रिप्रेझेंट्स लाईफलाईन. पण त्या लाईफलाईन मध्ये थ्रूआउट लाईफलाईन मध्ये बघा, थ्रूआउट लाईफलाईन मध्ये तुमचा हा पर्टिक्युलर ऑब्जेक्ट किती ऍक्टिव्ह आहे, किती वेळासाठी ऍक्टिव्ह आहे, हे कशात रिप्रेझेंट होत आहे, तुमच्या फोकस ऑफ कंट्रोल मध्ये. सो अंडरस्टँड दिस पार्ट ऑल्सो. इज दिस क्लिअर? लक्षात येत आहे डिफरन्स? रिप्लाय समथिंग, येस, नो. Yes guys, reply something, yes, no.
Yes sir.
Am I audible? Okay, thank you. Okay, so this represents objects interacting with each others. This represents their sequence. That sequence I am calling simply as an events. So understand, this represents vertical line as a time. Out of this particular time, for what particular way or the style your object is active, called as what, by focus of control. So just take the screenshot, you can draw this as the simple style. So that's all about the sequence diagram. Any doubt regarding the sequence diagram? Take screenshot of this so that you can able to check it out. Okay, so very easily you can draw this. Just a second. So henceforth this particular, as the transaction of means payment option is done, so henceforth the object will not be active. So I'm just able to destroy this also. So this is what simple your sequence diagram. This is called as what? Simple sequence diagram. Is this part clear? Okay. Now as I said to you, once your sequence diagram is ready, you can start with the next diagram, that is called as what? Collaboration diagram. Now what is the good thing about the collaboration diagram? Any doubt regarding sequence diagram? Before that, let me confirm with this. Any doubt? If no doubt, we can go with the collaboration diagram. I think if you have doubt, please let me know. We are discussing about the next diagram called as what? Collaboration diagram. So difference between the sequence and the collaboration diagram. In collaboration diagram, there will no need to worry about the proper sequence. That's the only difference. Rest of the diagrams are same. So there is a option in the tool, no need to draw the sequence diagram. The tool will draw the sequence diagram automatically for you. So let's see how. So what I can do, see here, simply once I complete my sequence diagram, Once I complete my sequence diagram, I will show you one more diagram just to show you. I will add one more sequence diagram, and from sequence diagram I will show you how to draw the collaboration diagram. Okay, so I'll select the logical view, right click, add a diagram, select the diagram, sequence diagram, and I will show you. It will be for demo, so I'll give the name demo sequence diagram. Okay, I'll just say the name demo sequence diagram. So in this demo sequence diagram, what I'm going to do, I'll just show you the two separate parts over here. So let's see. First, I'll say complete application. And so say the interact with university. We need some style the payment. So payment gateway, gateway options are okay. I can say student here for my circular. So I just add objects. So objects are going to interact with line objects are college and admission. So college. So this admission university. So get details university, and after the get details, university sends a message to the college regarding that the admission is confirmed or there is a problem like that. So we can system will display university will give the students with a unique number. So assign ER numbers. Now here Getting? I'm just showing it you through this scenario by understanding the collaboration style. So this is what about my collaboration diagram. Okay. I'll show you one more time. This is what my collaboration diagram which I had drawn. I'll show you. I have done one more sequence diagram. I have drawn this sequence diagram just by understanding the student scenarios. Students interacted with each others in the college premises just for the checking eligibility. Okay. So student will took an admission to college. College will send the details to the university. University will check the eligibility and display, depending on that, display the status, whether the student is eligible or not. That eligibility will be decided by some conditions. So that conditions I can assign over here. For example, that conditions I'll consider here. For example, action kind callback again. So this will talk about depending on some conditions. Okay. So that conditions I'm considering in terms of their scenario. So once I completed my sequence diagram, I can able to show you how to convert this sequence diagram into the collaboration diagram. So consider this. This is what my collaboration diagram, and I will try to convert this sequence diagram into the collaboration diagram. So select this particular sequence diagram, go to an option model and select the option here called as what? Convert the diagram. You can select this convert diagram option and select convert sequence to collaboration. Just select this. You are getting a message on the screen, successfully completed the sequence diagram. So select this and say OK. Now just need to rearrange a few elements over here. So that few arrange elements, you can do this style. So select the objects, bring it over here. Just need to reshuffle few things because the tool is generated the diagram automatically for us. So we just need to rearrange it. I have just did the rearrangements. Select this. This is what my collaboration diagram. So go to an file, select an option export diagram. So I'm calling this simply as a demo collaboration diagram. Select this option, demo collaboration diagram 2, and save this. Okay. So I have done 2 collaboration diagrams for you. So you can. So this is what my simple collaboration diagram that you can understood. This is what my collaboration diagram. Now see the difference. This is collaboration diagram. This is sequence diagram. Okay. So if you concentrate on collaboration diagram and sequence diagram, you can able to compare this. Both are known as interaction diagrams. But what makes the difference between the collaboration and sequence diagram? The only simple difference is in sequence diagram, the sequence, the order of their communication is important. कुठल्या वेळेस टाइमला काय पास होतं त्या दोन ऑब्जेक्ट्स मध्ये, दॅट प्लेज अ व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट रोल. पण कोलॅबरेशन डायग्राम मध्ये तसं काही आहे का? नो. Though numbers are coming, this is automatically by because of sequence diagram. No need to worry about the numbers. They are communicating, but at what time, the time order is not get decided over here. That is what the difference between sequence diagram and collaboration diagram. Understand this. Then when to use the collaboration diagram? The simplest part is when you were not aware about exactly the sequence of communication, the time being scenarios, you are not worried at that moment. You can draw the scenario with respect to, you can show this with respect to your communication diagram. That is what the basic idea. So I have shown you the remaining parts like object diagrams and their communication you can discuss. Okay, so let me know doubt there regarding object diagram, sequence diagram, collaboration diagram. Any doubt there? Yes guys, any doubt there? Okay, before starting for the next part, I just would like to take the attendance. Taking attendance for the two. Your attendance, roll number 1,
Present.
2,
Present, sir.
3, 4,
For present, sir.
5,
5 present, sir.
6,
6 present.
7, 8, 9,
9 present, sir.
10,
10 present, sir.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Present.
16,
Present, sir.
17, 18,
Present, sir. 18 present, sir.
19,
19 present, sir.
19,
20 present, sir.
20, 21,
20 present, sir.
21 present, sir.
20, 22,
Present, sir.
23,
23 present, sir.
24,
Yes, sir.
25,
25 present, sir.
26,
26 present, sir.
27,
27 present, sir.
28,
28 present, sir.
29, 30,
30 present, sir.
31, 32,
32 present, sir.
33, 34,
Present, sir.
35, 35, 37,
37 present, sir.
36,
37
present.
present, sir.
38, 38,
38 present, sir.
39,
39 present, sir.
40,
40 present, sir.
41,
41 present, sir.
42,
So 40 present.
42,
42 present, sir.
43,
43 present, sir.
44,
44 present.
45. Okay, 45,
43 present, sir.
46, 40, 47,
47 present, sir.
48,
Present, sir.
48, 49,
Present, sir.
50, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54,
Present, sir.
55, 56,
55 present, sir.
56, 57, 58, 58, 59, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65,
Present.
66, 67,
Present, sir.
67 present, 68, 69,
Present.
70. Any correction there?
Hello, number 11. 46.
One by one by one.
Sir, 7
11 present,
present.
okay.
7.
7
7
present, okay.
present, sir. 14 present, sir.
Done. 7 done.
Hello, sir.
Which one?
69 present, sir.
68 present, sir.
Present.
60 present, okay.
56 present. 56, 68,
69, sir.
56, 68, sir.
69 done.
68,
46 present, sir. Sir, 29 is present.
Gaurav,
present, sir.
29.
68. 56 done, sir.
Yes, Gaurav. I am
46 is present, sir.
50. Bhakti, you are present there. Okay.
Sir,
Any
29 is
other correction?
present. Sir, 29.
Yes, 29. 29 present. 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 29 Yes, yes, 29 I considered.
14, sir.
Sneha, I considered
56.
14. Kshitija. 56.
56 consider.
Yes, yes. You cannot, you can able to see on screen. I have put the absent marks. We are done with chapter number 5. If any point missing from the syllabus, let me know, or we can able to show the scenarios with respect to the assignments. Okay, so let's move to the tutorial parts. What is there? Assignment work regarding the sequence diagram and the collaboration diagram. Okay. Let's see the tutorial part. Any doubt, any query in between, please let me know. We have done this use case diagram for railway reservation system. Okay. The next question is draw sequence and collaboration diagram for banking system. Okay. So that is the task assigned to you. That is and say number 6. Draw sequence diagram and collaboration diagram for banking system. Okay. Now inside this banking system, if we discuss, so let's see. Okay. I'll create one separate case study. So go to this file, new project. Okay. I'll give the project name simply. New project by an approach. Select the rational approach. Say OK. Give the project name banking system. Okay. Save this banking system project. Now select this logical view. Right click, add a diagram, and select the diagram sequence diagram. Okay. So sequence diagram for what is the problem statement they have given? Problem statement is draw the sequence diagram for banking system. So I'll give the same name, banking sequence diagram. Okay. Banking sequence diagram. Okay. So what is the basic idea regarding the sequence diagram? We just need to represent the objects. So to draw any sequence diagram, we need to decide how objects will be there. So basically inside this bank, if I consider, so how many objects will be there? So we need the first object, for example, passenger here. So customer, rather I can say this is customer. Second, customer will interact with the bank person. So that is I'm calling as simply as a clerk. The first person, they will interaction as a clerk. Okay. Now clerk will interact with the manager. So I will add here branch manager. Branch manager. And branch manager means, for example, if I consider token. Okay. So I'm considering the sequence diagram, bank sequence diagram for withdraw. Okay. So which operation I'm considering here? Withdraw operation. So withdraw banking sequence, I can say this is withdraw. I just want to withdraw amount. So this is withdraw banking sequence diagram. Okay. So branch manager will interact with cashier. This is with cashier. So respective objects I have just added over here. Now with respect to this objects, how I can select the scenario? The further scenario with respect to this. I can consider this in the simplest manner that now events will start. Event means the way they are going to interact with each other. So events, I'm starting with simply select this. Customer will interact with the clerk first. Just imagine bank. They just entered into the bank. So offering passbook. Just offering the passbook. Now clerk will check the passbook and will ask for the next. Will the next communication will ask for what we can say withdraw slip. Okay, we'll ask for the withdrawal slip after the passbook. Now customers to fill submit slip, fill and submit withdraw slip. Submit the withdraw slip. Slip will be, means clerk will check whether the name are correct or not. So I'll say here we'll perform one operation over here. So confirm name, account number. If it is correct, will be forwarded. Will be forwarded towards the branch manager. Okay, the branch manager again confirms name, account number and amount entered by customer. Okay, this part will be confirmed. After confirming, will be given to the cashier. Cashier will again confirm, will validate this. So here not confirm, I will say validate. Name, account number, etc. Okay, and after this validation, branch manager return back validate. So verified, okay. After verified okay, it gives token, to customer, gives token. Okay, and the same token will be given directly to cashier. Okay, withdraw slip, forward withdraw slip to the cashier. Okay, now at the cashier side again, cashier will verify, validate customer and token. If it is correct, will give the cash. So will give the cash. So offer amount, whatever entered. So this is what the simple, I can say, the sequence diagram which will take place for withdraw. Getting? So this will be for the withdraw purpose. So this is what my sequence diagram. Now with respect to this sequence diagram, I can have the collaboration diagram. Once my this sequence diagram is done, I can easily generate collaboration diagram. The collaboration diagram to you sequence diagram to an option model and select option diagram. Select this diagram and convert your sequence diagram to collaboration diagram. So select option what diagram. So you are over here, select OK, real elements, simply drag and drop option. Okay, so this is what your collaboration diagram. Okay, simply rearrange few elements. Say this. So I can take this diagram outside. So export diagram, give the name withdraw banking collaboration diagram. Withdraw banking collaboration diagram. Okay, banking system. So I can say banking system collaboration diagram. Save this. Take this outside also. Export diagram. So withdraw banking system sequence diagram. Save this. So just check tutorials. Inside the tutorials, you can have hands-on session. Okay, just check it out. This minimize this. You can just check out. Okay, hands-on. So this is banking system demonstration part we have done. Withdraw banking sequence diagram. See here. Which operation we have considered here? We have considered a simple withdraw operation. So with respect to withdraw operation, we have this many transactions. This is simple sequence diagram. And from sequence diagram, I have generated this collaboration diagram. This is collaboration diagram. Reverse case also possible. If you done the collaboration diagram, so for example here your collaboration diagram is ready. Okay, so let's see, this is your collaboration diagram is ready. Select this particular model, convert collaboration diagram to sequence diagram. So that also possible. This is what your generated sequence diagram from collaboration diagram. Getting what I'm saying? The reverse case also possible. This is withdraw bank. This is what withdrawn. This is automatically generated. Getting what I'm saying? So reverse case also possible. So that's all about your chapter number 5. And as far as the assignment are considered up to 5, if any doubt, let me know. Only one part is remaining. That part we will discuss in the next lecture. As soon as our chapter number 5 completes, 6 completes, we can able to show you the deployment diagram and collaboration diagram. So any doubt regarding chapter number 5? Shall we take a pause here today? If there is no doubt, we'll take a pause here. Next lecture, we will start with chapter number 6. Yes, guys, any doubt, any query? Whatever part we did so far. Hey, Shanka Kunala? Regarding the tutorials, okay. Onkar, nahi, okay, good. Any other part regarding chapter number 5? All you getting my notes, PPTs, assignments? Okay. Shall we stop here or should I start with the unit number 6? काय करायचं? पुढचं चॅप्टर स्टार्ट करायचं का थांबायचं आज? नो रिप्लाय स्टिल. Okay, Omkar, no problem. So let's take a pause here. We will start the chapter number 6 tomorrow at 3:15 p.m. Meanwhile, if you have any doubt, any query, let me know. Start. I have shown you the diagram. Withdraw. You open the account. You just want to go with a sequence diagram to open the account in the bank. So you try for a banking system again. To draw sequence and collaboration diagram for banking system, I have shown you for withdraw. You start it for draw the sequence and collaboration diagram for open saving account. Opening saving account. Whatever the remaining time you have, start working on this. Draw the sequence and collaboration diagram for opening saving account. You take any bank, for example, State Bank of India, and with respect to State Bank of India, complete your assignment. We'll take a pause here.